Out there, rock stars, from Nashville, Tennessee, day 16 of limiting the spread, flattening that curve. Gunnar Nelson here with his good news in self-imposed isolation and quarantine. Not stuck at home, but safe at home. Hope a lot of you are out there too, doing the same thing and helping our first responders and our doctors and our nurses do their thing. We send lots of love to out there to all of you guys, to our soldiers out there who are keeping us safe as well in this meantime. And this is only temporary, guys. Remember that, okay? So here's the good news for the day. There's a guy named doctor, actually show some respect, the man went to medical school, Dr. Jacob Glanville. And he's actually announced a breakthrough with his antibody therapy for the fight against COVID-19. And there are a couple of great advantages to antibody therapy as opposed to a vaccine. Now let me tell you the difference between the two. Okay, a vaccine, the intention is to inject a person with a vaccine that promotes their own immune system from attacking the pathogen. Okay, and that's proven, it does work. Antibody therapy is very different though, because what it does is it attacks the virus itself without even waiting to actually go through your own immune system. What it does is it exploits any kind of weaknesses that the doctors can find with the virus itself. Now in the case of the SARS-2 virus, which causes COVID-19, if you look at a picture of it, it's the nucleus of a cell with a bunch of spikes that are protein spikes coming off it. And it's those spikes themselves that this virus uses to invade a healthy human cell. And what Dr. Glanville has come up with is an antibody that actually makes those spikes themselves useless. So this virus cannot, it's physically impossible for the virus then to invade a healthy cell. And a couple of really good advantages to antibody therapy is, one, Dr. Glanville is actually taking an existing design and work that he had already done to fight Ebola. And if you don't remember what Ebola was, that's actually a good thing. Ebola is a horrible virus, and the fatality is at least 50% on it. It's hemorrhagic fever. It's pretty brutal. Something like this gives you a mild to moderate cold, and in some cases, of course, it can be life-threatening. Ebola is one of those things which no one ever really wanted, and like I said, it was so contagious and so lethal when it first came out. They thought this might have been a global killer, but Dr. Glanville and his team actually came up with antibody therapy and turned Ebola from something that was a potential global killer into something that was, still scary but manageable. What he's going to do is take the existing design for the work that he did on Ebola and actually modify it a little bit, which he apparently has already done, and target the SARS-2 or the virus that causes COVID-19. His next step is actually to move this on to the United States government, to the military, to do human trials and testing within this next month, and hopefully come back with the results from that first level of human trials, level 1, by the end of August. And that's pretty cool. And he says, if it all comes back safe and sound, which he has every indication it's going to, we can actually start using this antibody therapy within the next several months, and it could be a game changer as well. And to me, that is great news. There are a lot of smart people out there that are adapting and overcoming, which is what human beings do at their best, and Americans are the best of any human beings, in my opinion, of doing that, of being innovators and kind of taking what they've learned in the past and applying it to the future. Thankfully, and thank God, Dr. Glanville was inspired to work on Ebola as much as he did, and apparently this was a fairly minor modification to the antibody therapy that he developed for Ebola to work on SARS-2 or COVID-19. So anyways, hats off to you, Doc. I hope the trials go well, and we need you. We need more people like you out there. So anyways, everybody, in the meantime, stay healthy, keep your distance, but still stay connected. You know how to do this. Use this time to your advantage. Say your prayers at night and spread lots of love. Be good to each other. We'll see you tomorrow.